So hi, I'm here with Cliff Kyle, and we're at the Roanoke Island Maritime Museum, Roanoke Island in the Outer Banks. So Cliff, the time has come, hasn't it? Time to move north.
Finally,
Yeah.
yes, I'm looking forward to it.
So last time we chatted, you were still looking for the boat. So what's happened since then?
We found a good one,
Yeah?
as far as we know.
It looks good in the pictures, right?
Yes, sir. And we have had somebody go look at it for us, and luckily everything seems to be okay as far as we can tell at this moment.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the boat.
It's a Pearson P26. It's got new sails, lots of goodies. The engine was well maintained as far as we know. We do have a lot of bottom paint, but like I was saying, that's a pretty good thing, I think. I think it's going to be well protected and easy to work with.
Yeah. So
it's a good boat for me. It'll be well manageable and keep cruising costs down.
Yeah, so I've got some pictures. I'll incorporate them into the video of the boat so everybody can see it. If I recall, you got a pretty good deal because I think it's got a 9.9 horsepower engine that's in good shape. Those brand new sails are maybe a year or two old, so those have been worth several $1,000s. New canvas, Dodger, and sail cover.
And luckily for me, he put all that in the garage, it seems, and just put that back on, so
right.
We don't have a lot of UV damage or weathering.
Yeah. And I think you also got a good deal on the dinghy, didn't you?
As far as we can tell, we haven't seen it yet, but yeah, it's real good if it's in any repairable condition.
What kind of dinghy is it?
That's a puffin 8-foot dinghy.
Hard, yeah. So it's a hard dinghy.
Yeah, I think Maine boat company.
Yeah, and those are about $2,000 new. So I know that's a nice dinghy if it's in good shape.
And if it's even in repairable shape, it's a good dinghy, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're on like the 13th of June now. I know we had hoped to go up in May and take a look at the boat and do some work on the boat, but for whatever reason,
that hasn't come around, and I guess it's just destiny.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think all things have worked out for good. We know a lot more now.
But this week we're going to do it. Now we're going to get you up there. And so I thought it'd be useful maybe you tell everybody what your plan is, and in terms of getting up there, what you're going to do in Rhode Island, and how you're planning to move the boat over the coming months or so.
Plan to get in there and get her splashed and check out the motor and make sure I've got running lights and good electrical system and to where I can start cruising down to the Chesapeake.
Yeah. So probably a couple days in Pirate Cove Marina in Providence, Rhode Island, and then head out. What do you think? You go from Providence, Newport area down to Long Island Sound somewhere, New York City? It's about 120, 130 miles, I think. And then I guess the next leg would be New York to like Cape May.
I would say that it's going to be what the weather is to call them what leg I take out of there. Yeah.
Sure. Well, there's plenty of. I know Long Island Sound. There's plenty of good anchorage. There's plenty of places you can pull in.
That's up. Actually, that's up past where I was last summer, so that'll be new to me.
That bit from New York City though down to Cape May can be a little challenging if the weather's not right. What do you think about that?
I'll take her if she comes. But yeah, there's some tricky places in there.
Yeah, the key, I guess, is just making sure you have a good eye, keep a good eye on the weather and the forecast, and don't go out if it's looking a little iffy.
Yeah, well, last summer we did that trek from Cayuga Lake, and truthfully, the Hudson was probably some of the worst weather I've ever been on in a sailboat.
Really bad
like
currents.
This.
Yeah, really bad currents.
It was horrible, 6-foot swells. Just bam, bam. So yeah, some of those small waterways can be really rough.
Yeah. Once you get her into the Chesapeake, what's your plan for the rest of the summer? What you're talking about getting her launched and getting her commissioned, but then move her down to Chesapeake. I know you have some projects you want to do before you actually really take her cruising. So what are you thinking about? Well, we
definitely want to address the bottom issue and get that good, and then I'd like to make it as best on the hook, abilities as I can afford.
Yeah, sure. So you're looking for probably some solar, maybe some wind, just be independent from all sort of land-based power generation requirements.
Yeah, well, I'm unfortunately even probably going to have to look at a small Jenny with a 12-volt system if I.
That's all right though. Yeah, that works.
You know, so I've got some possibility to regenerate 12 volts since I don't think there is one on the boat.
Right. Yeah, and we're just running a outboard, so it might have a coil to recharge its own battery.
I'm hoping it does. You know, that'll be something, right?
Right. But I think if you can get like a nice solar panel, and maybe
yeah, like you said, even a 45 watt. You know, at worst I'd have to set up for a while but you know, I wouldn't be totally out, right?
Yeah. You'd be able to keep your electronics.
I may have to sit somewhere for 8 hours, but at least I would have that possibility, right?
Yeah,
Instead
exactly.
of just sitting there going,
Exactly. Exactly. Well, and then for the rest of the summer, what do you think? You're gonna hang out up north, come back down here to the Outer Banks, and play it by as it goes?
Yeah. I definitely want to start working my way back here to the Outer Banks, but yeah, I'm probably going to take advantage of that nice, cool weather up north.
Mm-hmm. It's a little hot already down here.
It is.
And you were telling me earlier today you were thinking about joining Wally Moran's
might go that way.
ICW excursion all the way down to wherever they end up, down in Fort Lauderdale or Miami or something like that. You think you'll join Wally and crew? And
it's a good possibility.
Yeah. All right. Well, I know everyone's excited to see how this all works out for you, and
me most of all.
Yeah. So we'll look for another update from you. Hopefully, you can post something when you get up in Rhode Island.
I'm gonna try to give little bits all along the way. I've got the phone, and I've also got a little Kodak that does video, so
there you go.
I can fix that up and maybe have a couple of points of view. Do some small clips, and whenever I'm able to Wi-Fi it out to you, you can edit it for me and make it look nice.
I'll do my best. All right then. Well, we're going to wish you fair winds and following seas, and hope to see you on the Chesapeake Bay in maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks. Maybe it depends on how the weather is and how much work you got to do and how long it takes you to get down.
I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, Cliff. Well, bon voyage. See you soon.